So Foundations has given us quite a few interesting reprints that we now have an opportunity to really build around. One of those reprints happens to be Fynn the Fangbearer. Now, those of you who have been around for a few years may know that Fynn has been in Standard a while ago, probably about, I think about maybe 3 years ago or so, when Kaldheim was in Standard. And at the time, I didn't really give him too much play because, one, I was just starting with Arena, so I didn't really have a collection, and two, there really weren't a whole lot of really interesting deathtouch creatures to build around Fynn. But that is very different now. There are a lot of really good, standard, viable cards right now that have deathtouch, and that allows us to build a pretty competitive deck around Fynn the Fangbearer. So let's take a look at what we can do with Fynn and how we can build around him and make a good deck. So let's go take a look. Okay, and here we are. This is the deck that we landed on. So when looking at Fynn, there are a couple things to mention. One is he's very low costed for what he does. He's a 1/3 with deathtouch for a colorless and a green, and his ability reads, whenever a creature you control with deathtouch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. So thing with this is you can build a poison deck with this, like a deck that wants to win specifically by poison. But the deck that we put him in is not really like that. Instead of going like the full poison route, I kind of went the legendary creatures matters route, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So every single creature in this deck is legendary and has deathtouch, or can grant deathtouch. So we're running 4 copies of Tiny Bones on turn 1. Turn 2 is 4 copies of Fynn the Fangbearer. And turn 3 is Glissa Sunslayer and Trostani 3 Whispers. And our turn 4 is Sheoldred and Talia in the Gitrog monster. Now, the thing to notice here is each creature is legendary, each creature has deathtouch, and some of them are some of the best creatures in Standard right now. Glissa Sunslayer, having a combination of First Strike and Deathtouch, means that she's going to win every single combat she gets into, unless she runs up against something that has Indestructible. Same thing goes for Talia and Gitrog. Talia and Gitrog, 4/4 First Strike Deathtouch. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter tapped. Whenever Talia and the Gitrog monster attacks, sacrifice a creature or land, then draw a card. So this is a value machine right here. This is such a solid card. Trostani here, Trostani doesn't have any keywords innately on the card, but it can grant keywords to other creatures. So you can pay 1 and a green, target creature gains Deathtouch until end of turn. You can pay a white or a green, target creature gains Vigilance until end of turn. Or you can pay 2 colorless and a white, target creature gains Double Strike until end of turn. Now each of those are relevant. The Deathtouch is relevant specifically to Trostani because she can give herself Deathtouch, but the Vigilance and Double Strike are really strong for the other characters, specifically a character like Glissa Sunslayer. If you give Double Strike to Glissa, then you get to hit twice with her if she goes unblocked, and get 2 effects off of her abilities. You get the draw a card, lose life, destroy target enchantment, or remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. All really relevant abilities. Also, you can grant Vigilance to either Glissa or Talia, and that makes for a very difficult to overcome creature, because typically Glissa and Talia both will need to tap in order to attack, which means that most people are not going to attack into an untapped Glissa or Talia, because their creature, no matter what it is just going to die. So they'll usually wait until the Glissa player attacks, but if they don't tap down when attacking, that makes it very, very difficult for our opponents to overcome. Now, so we know what creatures we're playing here. We're playing all legendaries. So there are 2 cards specifically in this deck that play on the legendary theme. One is Vraska Joins Up. When Vraska Joins Up, put a Deathtouch counter on each creature you control. That part not relevant, except in the case of Trostani. The part that is relevant is whenever a legendary creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. It's only 2 mana, sits on the table forever unless an opponent has enchantment hate, and whenever any of your creatures hit, you draw a card. It's really, really good card advantage, especially because you're playing creatures that your opponent never wants to block, because you are killing whatever you hit every single time. So Tiny Bones usually gets in for the damage because people don't really care if Tiny Bones hits. They don't want to trade with Tiny Bones. Same thing goes with Fynn the Fangbearer, Glissa, Talia, Sheldred. People will most likely try to trade with Sheldred because they want Sheldred off the table. But most of these cards are going to get through for damage because the opponent just won't want to block them. The other card that plays on the legendary theme is this battle right here, Invasion of Fiora. For 6 mana, a little expensive, but it's okay. When Invasion of Fiora enters, choose one or both. Destroy all legendary creatures or destroy all non-legendary creatures. So if you don't have a board presence, you can choose both options and just wipe the board. Or if you have a board presence of like 2 or 3 creatures and your opponent doesn't have any legendary creatures, you can choose destroy all non-legendary creatures, clear their side of the board, and then swing in for the win. It's a really cool effect. And also the backside of this, if you decide to hit the invasion rather than the player, you get Marchesa, Resolute Monarch, which is a 3/6 menace and death touch. Whenever Marchesa Resolute Monarch attacks, remove all counters from up to 1 target permanent. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you haven't been dealt combat damage since your last turn, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. So she's a pretty good value engine all her own. Aside from the creatures, we are running a handful of removal spells. We have 3 Cut Down, 2 Anoint with Infliction, and we're also running 4 copies of Infectious Bite. Now, the reason why we're running Infectious Bite specifically is 2 reasons. 1, all of our creatures have Death Touch, so Infectious Bite makes one of our creatures strike another creature, and no matter how big or small, because our creatures have Death Touch, this will kill any creature it hits. And also, the opponent gets a poison counter, and sometimes that 1 poison counter is going to be enough to end the game because of all the poison counters that Fynn has stacked up already. So really, really good removal spell for this deck. And also we are running 2 copies of Cosmic Rebirth. Cosmic Rebirth is in here because it will bring back anything in the deck except for Sheldred and Talia directly back to the library. From the graveyard to the library. It says, choose target permanent card in your graveyard. If it has mana value 3 or less, you may put it onto the battlefield. If you don't put it into the battlefield, put it into your hand, you gain 3 life. So 1, it gains you life. 2, it gets any card back out of the graveyard. 3, if it's a small creature, it goes directly into play. And also, the creature comes into play untapped, which means you can have any of your creatures come back from the graveyard at instant speed, come back as a blocker, and use its Death Touch ability to kill whatever's attacking you, which is great. Especially great if you bring back a Glissa, because Glissa has that first strike. Never forget that. So that is pretty much the deck, top to bottom. The lands are a little all over the place. I wanted to make sure I had enough of each color to make sure that I can play all my spells consistently. So we're running 2 plains, 4 swamp, 4 forest, 3 concealed courtyard, 1 shadowy backstreet, 3 blooming marsh, 2 Llanowar wastes, 2 restless cottage, an underground mortuary, a lush portico, and 2 reservoirs thicket. So there it is. That's the deck. So we're going to take this deck out for a few games, play a few games, show you how the deck works, and then I will see you again on the back end of this video to talk about further changes that we might make to the deck. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, opponent goes first. We have all 3 of our colors right now. That's great. Tiny Bones, Anoint, Fynn, and Infectious Bite. It's actually pretty decent, so I'll keep it. I'll play the Concealed Courtyard first so I can play Tiny Bones on 1. Keep. Alright, they play Plains into Hinterland Sanctifier. Alright, I will play a Concealed Courtyard into a Tiny Bones. Alright, they play a Swamp, okay. Elas Ilkor, very cool. They gain a life. Do we block it? No blocks. Alright, let's go ahead and go Razor-Bridge Thicket. We'll go Fynn. Make him block it. That's what I thought. Off you go. Caves of Koilos into Nowhere to Run. Alright. Works for me. Alright, let's play the Llanowar Wastes. Play Tiny Bones. End turn. Keep mana open for the Infectious Bite in case they try to remove this Tiny Bones. Ooh, Unholy Annex. Okay, I like it. Pass. Pass. Okay. Pass again. Resolve. Okay, they lose 2 life and draw a card. End of turn, I will anoint that. So that I can attack in for free with Mr. Tiny Bones. And steal a card from your graveyard. Ah, another Hinterland Sanctifier, huh? Alright. Lose a life. Ah, there we go. Talion Gitrog. Get rugged. Play that forest. What you got, champ? What you got? Starscape Cleric is what they got. Comes in tapped. Doesn't matter, can't block anyways. Play the Lush Portico. Surveil 1. Yeah, send that down. Alright, attack. Resolve, sacrifice a creature or land, then draw a card. Yeah, I will sacrifice the Lush Portico. Draw a card. Pop. Pop. Alright, play it. End turn. Nowhere to Run, again. On Elas Ilkor. Alright, take it. Lose 2 more life. Ooh, that's good. I like that. Next, attack. Yeah, resolve. Sacrifice that land. Draw a card. Ooh, Infectious Bite. Nice. Pop. Alright, drop a Children. Good game. Yep. Yeah, that works pretty nice. I like that. Okay, we get to go first. We have 3 lands, all 3 of our colors. That's great. We have Tiny Bones, 2 Talion Gitrogs, and a Trostani. I think we'll keep it. Really cool card. Or card back there. Alright, so we go first with the Shadowy Backstreet. Blooming Marsh, I'll keep that. We play Undercity Sewers. Alright, I will play the Blooming Marsh. Play Tiny Bones. Tiny Bones is such a, what's the term? Lightning Rod for removal. Alright, let's play... no, we're gonna play the Restless Cottage first. Okay, you're holding priority for something. Do you have a removal spell in your hand? Oh, I see a rope. Alright, let's attack. Pop. Alright. Shadowy Backstreet. So our opponent is Esper. They drop a cut down. Interesting. Alright, well, let's play a Plains. And then we will attack for 1. Alright, and take the 1. I'm going to bait them with a Tristani. Try and bait out a counterspell. And turn. I'll do. Rest in peace, huh? Okay, that's fine. And it makes it so... Okay, that's really only gonna nuke one of my cards. That's fine. So let's go Llanowar Wastes. Let's go Tali and Gitrog. Play the Concealed Courtyard. Attack for 1. Yep. Alright, my turn. Let's play Fynn the Fangbearer. Attack for 1. Get some poison on you. Then play Tali and Gitrog. Liliana. Okay.
A fight? And you think you
Sacrifice a creature. Okay. Sacrifice Tiny Bones.
Sacrifices must be made.
Okay. Next. This attacks that. This attacks your face. Go. Resolve. I will sacrifice a land. That land will be the Plains. Draw a fresh card. Ooh, Cosmic Rebirth. Kind of useless in this match. Alright, that's gone. Fynn Hiss you. Okay. Play Sheldred. It's pretty dirty. Yeah. GG. Also, I imagine your lands coming into play tapped is kind of a bummer. Okay, opponent goes first this time. We have access to 2 of our colors. We kind of need the 3rd. But we do have Underground Mortuary that could potentially help us get to our 3rd color. So I think we'll keep it. Alright, keep. Alright, open with the swamp. Oh, okay, there it is. Shadowy Backstreet. Play it. Surveil. Fynn can stay. Mountain. Vadmir, the New Blood. Alright, let's go here. Blooming Marsh. Play Fynn. Alright, play Mountain. It's gotta have some kind of removal for Fynn. Deadeye Duelist. Reach? Okay. Not reaching. Okay, well in that case, we're gonna go with the... Actually, we're gonna go with the Underground Mortuary. Tiny Bones. I like that. I'll keep that right there. Let's go ahead and cut down Vadmir. And then we attack with Fynn. Do they block? They do not. They instead take 2 poison counters. Alright, second swamp. Karavak. Alright. I'm liking it. Alright, just gonna do 1 to me. Can't cast the card if you don't have the mana for it, though. Did you just exile that for nothing? I think you just exiled that for no reason. Yep. Don't have to worry too much about Karavak anymore. Alright, well, let's go ahead and play this forest. And I think we're just going to attack. See if he blocks with Karavak. Looks like a no. Alright, have 2 more poison counters. In the meantime, have a Tristani and a Tiny Bones. We'll play Talia next turn. Alright, Mountain. You have 5 lands. What are you gonna do? I think they might not have a whole lot of options right now. Oh, Scorching Shot. Okay. Ooh, charming scoundrel. Okay. Deal 1 to me. Attack for 1. Attack with both. No blocks. I'll take the 1 damage. Not worried about that. Okay. So let's go ahead and attack with both and see what you do. Okay. Perfect. I'm okay with Fynn dying. Ooh. Yeah, resolve that. Do I want his Karavek? That is pretty cool. Yeah, I'll take your Karavek. Play that. Get my my Fynn back. Or make him kill his own Karavek. That would be even cooler. Alright. Do 1 to me. I think you might be out of options. Yep. Okay, so next. Attack with both. Block there. Perfect. Alright. Talia's here. Okay, that'll do. Hey, buddy. Alright. Well, let's attack. Waiting for it. Does not block. Alright. Talia. Okay, it's gonna do 1 to me. End turn. What's wrong, Spud? You alright? Murder. Alright, it's dead. That's fine, I'll get it back next turn. Oh, they're out of options. Alright, my turn. Alright, we're gonna do cut down on that. That triggers as a crime. We will get Talia and get Rug back. Yeah, that's fine. Resolve. Cast it. Auto pay. Okay, then we attack for 3. Greedy freebooter. Okay. Ooh, Braska joins up. Hell yeah. Well, I have to sacrifice something, unfortunately. It's not a May. But I do get to draw cards, which is awesome. Yeah, that works pretty nice. I'm liking this deck. This deck's pretty sweet. Reyes. Alright, Reyes, what you got for me? Opponent goes first. We have Anoint, Fynn, and Trostani. Restless Cottage, Underground Mortuary, Forest, and Lush Portico. Alright, let's go. Seachrome Coast. Okay. Well, nothing to play turn 1, so Mortuary. Plains into Skrelv's Hive. Okay. Well, let's go Forest so we can play Fynn. Plains. And get lost. Alright, get out of there. Alright, let's go. Russell's Cottage, Lush Portico. Let's go with the Lush Portico. Tiny Bones. I already got one Tiny Bones. Let's go ahead and send that down that way. Let's go ahead and play Tiny Bones. Explorer. Into the Flood Mob. Alright, cool. Ooh. Okay, they play at Seachrome Coast. I take 1 poison. Alright, let's play this Restless Cottage. And then I will play a Tristani. Oh, Scrolls Hive number 2. Okay. Let's block and kill one of those. Take another poison damage. Alright, let's play Forest. And then I'm going to play... Do we play Sheldred or do we play a Tiny Bones? I think we played Tiny Bones. And let's see here. I'm going to give Tristani Vigilance this turn. Attack for 4. That way I can still block the mites. End turn. Resolve. Plains. Ooh, Sunfall. Okay. Sure. I'm okay with that. I'll get my Fynn back at end of turn. Alright. Shadowy Backstreet. Another Fynn. I'll send that down river. And then I will play a Sheldred. Explore on Fynn. It's a cut down. Attack for 2. 2 poison counters for you. Lose 2 life. You have another Sunfall? He does! How do you like that? Alright. Yep, off you go. In case you didn't catch that, I was about to put him to 1 health, and his enchantment would have killed him next turn. Immersion Haunting. How do you like that? That's cool art. Alright, opponent goes first. I have a Blooming Marsh, Razorbird's Thicket, Forest, 2 Tiny Bones, Fynn, Sheldred. I'll keep it. Alright, they open with Meticulous Archive. I will open with a Blooming Marsh into a Tiny Bones. Up the beanstalk. Well, let's get to it then. Razorbird's Thicket, Fynn. Creosote Heath. Okay. Alright, let's go Forest and play Vraska Joins Up. Attack. Smite on the Fynn. Draw a card. Alright, you're up. I play a Swamp. Let's play the Swamp. Play a Fynn. Give him 2 more poison counters. Draw a card. Alright. End turn. Yep, Sunfall. Alright, let's play this Restless Cottage and a Sheldred. Sunfall times 2. Right? Oh man. That's not good. You can animate your up the beanstalk? I'm just gonna animate that. Okay. Alright. It's Vraska. Yep. Punch them all to death. Alright. Overlord. I'm surprised you didn't just hard cast it. Must have something more important to cast. Make the dude. You have to hang on to that. Animate. Okay. Land. Alright. Yikes. Yep. Good. He's roping for some reason. Do you have a removal for my Talia? Show me what you got. Okay. Makes a land. Pass. Block. Sunfall? My turn. Alright. Good card. You had me stressed out, man. You had me really stressed. Whatever, I'll keep it. Doesn't look the best, but you can probably make something work. Play the cottage first. Another up to Beanstalk deck, huh? Alright. Let's go with the plains. Nebraska joins up. Draw me a card. You get 2 poison counters. Seed of Hope, Bushwhack. Land. What are you trying to get to? Trying to get to something interesting, I think. Alright, my turn. Let's go the double swamp. Get a Sheldred out there. What are you holding up for? Do you got a bounce spell? Or it's Vortex. Okay, that's fine. 2 more counters, draw a card. Got a lot of lands right now. Cash grab again. There's 2 unsummons down there. Dismal Backwater. Alright. Well, let's go Forest. Stupid crab. Analyze the pollen. Basic land card. Search for a creature land card. So it goes to get the Tolarian Terror. Okay. Comes in tapped. I wonder if they realize that or not. Let's see. Let's go plains. Grab time. Okay. They are tapped. Ooh, you're on Sheldred. Tapped. You wanna come at me? Don't think you have the lands to fight me right now. You might be able to crab me down if you have 1 more crab. Oh no, you don't. You can't. Crab requires 2 blue. Bushwhack? Okay, cool, they kill each other. Ooh, nice. Mm-hmm. You need to block the tiny bones. Oh, no, not going to, huh? Alright. Okay, draw a card. Ooh, another Shelly. View battlefield. Yeah, I'll take your Sheldred. Why not? Ooh, perfect. Hell yeah! Win by poison! Alright, that's a little bit better. We have our 3 colors. And a pretty decent curve. I'll keep it. Raucous Theater, Surveil 1. Alright. Let's play the Courtyard. Oh, I like that card back. That's nice. Grab the prize. Let me see that. As an additional cost to cast this spell, discard a card. Draw 2 cards. If the discarded card wasn't a land card, grab the prize, heals 2 to each opponent. Interesting. I like that. Surprised I haven't seen that before. Alright, let's play Fynn. Valgavoth's Faithful. Sacrifice, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield to activate a sorcery. Alright. Let's see here. What's in your graveyard? Rotmouth Viper? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Let's attack first. Okay. Get out of here. I'm gonna play a Swamp. Zombify. Alright. That's cool. Lose 4 life. Alright, my turn. Let's go here. We're gonna go Vraska joins up. Attack. Alright, get those poison counters and draw a card. Very cool. Alright. Bite that bitch. Get out of here. Got another reanimation spell? Probably. Oh, no, he's got Deadly Cover Up, though. Deadly Cover Up for 1 card. That's pretty good. And Fynn is definitely 4 of, so you get him. Alright, let's go Restless Cottage. Let's go Sheldred. Okay, another land. Thrill of Possibility. Okay, trying to get that reanimation spell. Alright, well, let's animate the Restless Cottage. And play a Swamp. Attack. Get rid of Vitali. Yep. Okay, and we are back with the post-game wrap-up, and there are a few things that I would like to address with this deck. One is the fact that the deck runs pretty low to the ground, save for the last 3 cards, means that this deck, if you wanted to change a few things this or there, you could definitely make this deck into a more aggressive shell, but I really don't think that's too necessary. The deck playing as it is plays really well. Few things I might change is I would probably add in a couple copies of I think it's called Valley of Heroes. Let me look the land up real quick. There, it's Plaza of Heroes. That's the card. Yep. This is something that I overlooked when I originally built this deck, and I think I'm going to end up adding a few of these to the deck. Plaza of Heroes is really good for a legendary deck, because it can tap for 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a legendary spell, It can tap to add 1 mana of any color among legendary permanents you control, and you can pay 3, tap, and exile Plaza of Heroes. Target legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So this is a really good card for this deck. I'm kind of kicking myself for not thinking about it sooner, but that's definitely a card I would probably want to add into the deck. As far as removal is concerned, I probably would want to make a couple changes, and one change definitely is probably this card right here. Maelstrom Pulse. Maelstrom Pulse for 3 mana is a really solid card, especially when you are going up against white-based removal decks that play a lot of enchantments to exile your stuff, like Ossification, or Sheltered by Ghosts, or Leyline Binding. A lot of those decks play multiple copies of those cards to keep your board clean. So running Maelstrom Pulse to remove all of those all at once and get all of your creatures back, it's probably a good option. I might want to move a couple of these into the deck. I don't think more than 2 currently would want to fit into this deck. I'd probably go down 1 on Infectious Bite, and probably down 1 on Trostani 3 Whispers in order to fit those in. That's probably how I would want to work that out. Aside from that, if you wanted to take this deck into a non-legendaries matter, there are a couple other deathtouch creatures that would be relevant for this deck. One of those would be Creature of the Schism. Creature of the Schism is a really solid deathtouch creature that can generate a lot of value for you. So if you're not too keen on the legendaries matter theme of the deck, that is definitely a potential replacement for you. I would probably put this in over Trostani 3 Whispers, just because it's really good. Aside from that, the deck runs really, really smoothly, which is surprising for a deck with 3 colors in it. MVPs, I would say definitely Tiny Bones into Fynn is a really solid play. Also, Sheldred is obviously an MVP. She's an all-star character in any deck you put her in. But surprisingly is Talion Gitrog. Talion Gitrog put more people on the back foot than any other creature in this deck. This card is like criminally underrated. This is a really good card, and I'm very happy with Talion Gitrog's performance in this deck. The fact that it puts all of the opponent's permanents come into play tapped means they can't block with creatures, they can't play additional lands to get additional value. They have to wait a whole turn to use any land that comes into play. The fact that it has First Strike and Death Touch, it gives you value by sacrificing a creature or a land and then drawing a card. Like, it hits on every cylinder. This is such a solid creature. I love everything about it. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. I mean, I am having a lot of fun with this deck. This deck is probably going to be like one of my daily driver decks that I continue to play for ranking, for finishing quests. This deck is a lot of fun. So I will go ahead and leave a link to the deck list in the description box down below so you can take a peek at it yourself, take it out for a spin, maybe iterate on it further, make the deck your own. But currently, this is probably one of my favorite decks right now. So look forward to seeing more of that if you run into me on the ladder. So until next time, y'all take care of yourselves.